Big Tractor Power is out in a western Kentucky field with an all-American tractor, a Spirit 76 edition of the Steiger Panther II. In this video, we'll talk about the tractor's specifications, history, and connection to America's bicentennial in 1976. Steiger tractors have been produced for over 60 years. They were originally painted in a bright green color. Steiger green tractors were produced from 1957 through 1986, with a total of 88 models being painted in that famous color. In 1986, Steiger was acquired by Case IH and has continued to head up Case IH's high horsepower division ever since. Today, Steiger tractors are sold all over the world, with the top model offering 620 horsepower. Brothers Douglas and Maurice Steiger farm near Red Lake Falls, Minnesota. They built their first four-wheel drive tractor during the winter of 1957 leading into 1958. The size and power of the tractor caught their neighbors' attention, and soon the brothers were producing four-wheel drive tractors for other farmers. The tractors gained such popularity that by 1969, Steiger Tractor Inc. was founded, and four-wheel drive production began in a factory in Fargo, North Dakota. When Steiger began tractor production in Fargo, North Dakota in 1969, they introduced the all-new Series 1 tractors. The company moved away from using numerical numbers to designate the models and introduced cat names like Wildcat, Super Wildcat, Bearcat, Cougar, and Tiger. The best-selling Steiger in that famous green color was the Panther, but the Panther name was not introduced until 1974 when the Series 2 models began to roll off the production line. The Steiger Panther II ST-310 is rated at 310 engine horsepower. It's powered by a Cummins 855 cubic inch 14-liter engine. It has a Spicer SST 1010 transmission with 10 forward and 2 reverse speeds. Its fuel tank holds 207 gallons of diesel fuel. From the factory, the tractor weighed 24,500 pounds and could be field weighted up to 29,000 pounds. It was produced from 1974 through 1976. It was the first tractor from Steiger to use the Panther name. It was manufactured by Steiger Tractor Inc. in Fargo, North Dakota. The original price tag of the tractor was $51,900. If it was ordered in late 1975 with the special Spirit of 76 paint graphics, the customer added an additional $1,200 to the price tag. The Steiger Panther II did not undergo the University of Nebraska test to certify its specifications. The special red, white, and blue paint package was available for the Steiger Cougar II, Panther II, and Tiger II tractors. When the company introduced the all-new Series 3 tractor lineup on January 17, 1976, there were a few Cougar 3 and Panther 3s ordered with the special bicentennial paint. Walt's Body Shop, located in Fargo, North Dakota, painted the special tractors for the Steiger Company, and in total there were 37 produced, making this a very rare paint combo to see out in the field today. With only 37 Spirit of 76 Steiger tractors being produced, and several of them being painted back to Steiger green for better resale on the used tractor market in the 1980s, I thought I would talk about the specific history of the Spirit of 76 Steiger Panther II that you see working in the field in this video. This Spirit of 76 tractor was originally ordered by Norris Hayman, who farmed near the Atlantic Ocean on the eastern shore of Maryland near the town of Ridgely. Norris raised a variety of crops, including grain and canning vegetables. His crop lineup included corn, sweet corn, peas, baby lima beans, soybeans, and winter wheat. Norris relied on moldboard plowing as his primary tillage method ahead of planting his crops. The plowing tractors used on the farm were International 1456 and 1466. These tractors could cover about 40 acres a day during the tillage season. Norris's 1,800-acre farm was expanding, and he found that the two-wheel drive International tractors were not keeping ahead of the pace that he wanted to set for tillage, and he began to look for bigger horsepower. As Norris began looking for a larger plowing tractor, he talked to his neighbor Mike Wright, who in 1974 had purchased a Steiger four-wheel drive tractor from Batavia Tractor, which is now part of Monroe Tractor in western New York. Batavia Tractor was a large international harvester dealer and was the first Steiger tractor dealer on the East Coast. Mike really liked the power and the comfort and the ability of his Steiger tractor, and Norris quickly became interested in purchasing a Steiger for his farming operation as well. Hoober Incorporated, Norris Hayman's local international harvester dealer, had recently taken on a contract to sell Steiger four-wheel drive tractors and had invited the company to bring a demonstrator model to the Delaware State Fair. Norris was invited to come to the Steiger tent at the fair and check out the big new tractor. Norris Hayman went to the Delaware State Fair in July 1975 with the full intention of buying a Steiger tractor. He went to the fair to see the demonstrator model on display and to learn more about the machine's operation. When he arrived at the Steiger tent, he decided to give the Steiger representatives a little bit of a hard time about the green paint and make them work for the sale. You see, Norris had never owned a green tractor. When Norris graduated high school in 1951, he started his farming operation and went to the same Delaware State Fair to buy a tractor. He had the full intention of buying a John Deere tractor and went to the fair with money in hand to make the purchase. He went to the John Deere exhibit and hopped on one of the new tractors on display, but was promptly chased off the tractor by a company representative from Deere, yelling at him, saying that he was just a kid and he needed to get out of the way of paying customers. This greatly offended Norris, and he promptly went across the way to the International Harvester exhibit and bought his first farmable tractor and farmed with red tractors ever since. Norris ended up placing an order for a Steiger Panther II Spirit 76 edition. Although later on, as his farm grew up to 5,000 acres in the early 1980s, Norris did end up with some green paint on his farm, including a Steiger Panther PTA 325 and a Steiger Bearcat PT 225 tractor. Norris made a pretty good deal on his non-green tractor. He ended up paying $43,200 for his brand new Steiger Panther II, which is quite a bit below the list price of $51,900 and that $1,200 optional red, white, and blue paint package. So maybe giving the representatives a hard time paid off for Norris. Buying a big tractor like the 310 Steiger Panther II meant other investments for Norris's farm. He needed a variety of new implements to fully utilize his tractor. He ordered a front-mounted Steiger bulldozer blade for the tractor. He also ordered a 3-point hitch for the rear of the tractor to mount a 7-shank International V-Ripper for subsoiling compacted ground on his farm. Other new implements included a 10-bottom white moldboard plow, a 27-foot Krause chisel plow, a 32-foot International disc, and a 37-foot Brilliant field cultivator. Norris Hayman's Spirit 76 Steiger Panther II was delivered to Hoober Incorporated's main store in Pennsylvania in October 1975, and Norris put his new tractor right to work, pulling a 10-bottom plow, turning over corn ground right behind his 3 International 915 combines. If you'd like to see what the Spirit 76 Steiger looked like brand new on Hoober's lot, check out Hoober Incorporated's Instagram page, where they have a picture of the tractor as it was delivered from Fargo, North Dakota, with a bunch of brand new 1976 Black Stripe International 66 Series tractors in the background. After just a few years of service on Norris Hayman's farm in Ridgely, Maryland, which was only 65 miles from Washington, D.C., the Steiger Tractor Company asked Norris if he would transport the tractor to the United States Capitol to help farmers protest low grain prices in 1979. The company paid Norris $300, and the tractor appeared on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. for the tractor protest. Norris Hayman farmed with his Steiger Panther II Spirit 76 edition for 30 years. He put over 10,000 hours on the tractor and found it to be so reliable that he firmly believed on the United States' 300th birthday during the Tricentennial celebration on July 4th, 2076, that this Spirit 76 Steiger Panther II would still be farming. Norris passed away on January 11th, 2006, and his tractor was sold to a farm in Kentucky. The farm in Kentucky was a big fan of the red, white, and blue tractors because they had purchased and ordered a brand new Steiger Turbo Tiger II Bicentennial Edition back when the tractors were new. This farm continues to farm with Norris's Spirit 76 Panther II, and it's the tractor that you see disking in the video working up ground to plant soybeans and corn in western Kentucky. I hope that you've enjoyed this detailed history of the Spirit 76 Steiger Panther II. It was a great opportunity to be able to film this tractor in western Kentucky. With it being one of 37 bicentennial tractors produced by Steiger, it's a very rare sight to see this kind of tractor still in action out in the field. I was able to visit Norris Hayman's farm a few times in the year 2001, and that's where I got all the information on the history of the tractor, and I hope that you've enjoyed hearing it. If you'd like to see more big farm machines in action, consider subscribing to Big Tractor Power YouTube, where there are over 1,000 videos of farm equipment at work out in the field. As always, thank you for watching.